In 3, 2.
Hello, everybody, and today is my favorite day of the week. Thank you. I know it's Wednesday. Hey, you ruined my whole thing here. I know where I actually know what day it is.
Hump day.
It is Hump Day. I love it. It's Hump Day, and I love that commercial where they had the what is it, the camel that would come in and he'd go Mike, 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 Mike. But I love Hump Day. But the meme that I saw that I liked was the camel going Trump Day, and I thought that was pretty funny. So it's a week after the election, and so far everything's been going pretty smooth. And I think this is going to kind of transform into what I'm going to talk now. You know, we've had the left, the right, the middle, and I went to a Wednesday church meeting and we were doing things before the election. And what happens is you don't need to go left, you don't need to go right, you don't need to go forward, you don't need to go backward, but you need to go up. So if you have anything, you know, ask God. And instead of going asking the left because they don't know, and you ask the right and they don't know, and if you go forward, it's just better to go to the head of the source. And God is in charge of everything. Doesn't mean you have to sit on your butt. It just means that, you know, He is in charge. So moving on, not in charge down here, but He is in charge. But when I was younger, my dad was in charge. And these are just little minuets about some of my dad's stuff. And today is the power of no. Okay. A lot of people don't like no. I hate no. And I have a friend, Trisha, and Trisha goes, when I'm talking with somebody and I ask for something, I just say, will you do this? And everybody just says, tell her no. Start off with just saying no. Josh says no. I could say, would you like to go to dinner? And he'll say no. Would you like to do this? No. Just start off with no. Well, I'm going to give you permission.
Keep your hands off the thing.
Keep my hands off the thing. Where am I putting my hands?
Anywhere but the
Anywhere
table.
but there but the table. Where should I put my hands? Victory, victory is our cry. We're going to say no, and that's not a lie. Okay. That's stupid. Hey!
It just comes out of her.
It just comes out of me. Okay.
Are you a cheerleader?
No.
Oh.
My butt was too big. They wouldn't let me be a cheerleader. I couldn't jump up. I did fake being a cheerleader when I was a junior in high school. I'd wear the stretch pants. And in high school, I would go down on the floor and I would do the with Edinburgh High School, the fight song. And this one teacher did say, did they not get you your uniform? I'm thinking, I've never had a uniform, lady, but thank you. High school. Okay, the power of no. Now, people need to learn no, okay? And you have to give yourself permission to say no. And people don't say no because they want to be liked. They want to have friends. And it's just like you want to be the cool kid. And if you say you're not going to do something and no, you're afraid that you're not going to have any friends. You're not going to be popular. You're not going to be a whole list of things that really, it's not true. So we're going to go back to church, take my hands off the table, and we're going back to church. But we're going to fast forward till I'm 13. And the reason I know I was 13 is because I used 13 in my dialogue with my dad. Now, we had a bunch of kids that went to this church. We sat in the balcony. We were a bunch of idiots. We were loud. We were terrible up in the balcony. Sometimes the pastor had to call us down because we were too loud.
What church had a balcony?
The First Baptist Church of Edinburgh, Texas. It's been torn down. It was very sad. It was lovely up there. It was lovely. Anyway, so a bunch of kids said, "Hey, Jane, I think you should come with us to go, to dinner or lunch or stuff." And I didn't want to go. I just didn't want to go because who knows why. So I go to my dad and I said, "Okay, Daddy, these people are going to come and ask if I can go with them to go to lunch or something. And you're supposed to say no, And he goes, nope, not going to do it. I said, what do you mean you're not going to do it? He goes, if you don't want to do something, you say no. I said, but I'm 13. Can you help me out here just a little bit? I'm a kid. And he goes, nope. If you don't want to do it, you say no. I'm like, oh. So I'm like, okay. So of course the people come up and they ask, and I say, no, I don't want to go. I'm going to stay with my dad and we're going to go do something. And you know what? The sun came up the next day. Everything was okay. We were still friends later. They said, it's okay. We'll see you tomorrow at school. And it didn't really matter. I had it all built up in my head that if I said no to them, that I wouldn't have friends, that I wouldn't get to go anyplace, that they wouldn't talk to me at school, which was a myth. My dad made me say no. Okay. And that gives you a lot of power when you're a kid. All right. I had no idea this was going to be a huge life lesson. I mean, huge. Because when you get older, you have different challenges. I guess in the 70s, it was, everybody was doing drugs, and you get in college and there was that, what is it, cocaine. And I never did cocaine, but it's not like, no, I didn't. I didn't do drugs. I didn't drink. I didn't do cocaine. You think I need drugs now? I was like crazier then. Anyway, so, but I remember a friend of ours, we got in the car and, we're going to cruise around, and he tried to get me to do cocaine. And I said, no, I don't want to do that. Oh, come on, don't you want to do so? And I said, no, I don't want to do that. You really think I need drugs? I'm pretty out there already. And so he tried to give me a little taste of cocaine, and I did this. Oh. When people have cocaine and then you blow it on their face because it was really expensive then, it was great. I can't believe he did that. Hey, when I tell you no, no. And he still talked to me the next day, and and he knew what I stood for and what I meant when no means no. Okay? So give yourself the permission to say no. And I think now with this new transition, we're going to have to tell a lot of people that their behavior is not, what's the word? Acceptable. Your behavior is not acceptable. You having a meltdown over some crazy stuff that's never going to happen. We need to learn how to look at them and say, no, you need to get a grip. This Chicken Little, the sky is not falling. So learn to say no. Learn to tell them, please, there's not going to be that big a deal. If you have a problem, then maybe you should seek help. And maybe somebody else can tell you no. Darla reminded me that I have a myriad. That's an SAT word.
What word is it?
Myriad.
Myriad.
Myriad means.
Use it in a sentence.
I have a myriad of ways to say no.
I've never heard that word.
Yeah.
I would have never got that in Scrabble.
Yeah. Like a million, myriad. And so, yeah.
Myriad means a lot of ways.
A
like
lot
a
of
plethora.
Yeah.
I've never heard that word in my life.
Well, there you go.
I learned something on
Jane, teacher.
Episode, what are
10.
episode 10? I learned
Jane, teacher of all. Myriad.
Let's say that together now, class.
Myriad. Say it, myriad. Okay.
Myriad.
So, so sometimes, when people call, because you get these stupid crank calls all the time with the wanting this and wanting that. And when somebody calls to ask me something, I'll go, are you giving me money? And then they hang up. That's my favorite. Some people like to really goof off with them and stuff, but sometimes they'll go, I'm calling for the scientist of the ward a year, and we'd like for you to give us $10. And I'm going, are you sending me $10?
I like to just breathe heavily in the phone.
Yeah, but they might like that, Frank. They might like the breathe heavy. But how else do I say no?
Answer in Spanish.
How else do I say no?
Just turn on your heels.
Yeah.
You're too stupid to talk to.
Oh God, the best one about being not bright up here. A long time ago, there was this lady called Dr. Laura, and Dr. Laura Schlesinger, Dr. Laura,
She did.
she's real, and she had a radio show, and this was back when the AIDS thing was coming on, and
The 80s, maybe?
was it the 80s?
Yeah, the 80s.
Yeah.
Mid 80s.
Anyway, so she was talking about, you know, having safe sex, practice safe sex, make sure you have a, you know, a condom. And so this woman calls in and she's talking about that she had sex with this guy and says, well, did you practice safe sex? And this woman said, I didn't know him well enough to ask him to wear a condom.
Oh, okay.
I went, there's a no.
Did not practice anything.
No, and she said,
She didn't practice common sense.
she didn't practice anything. And Dr. Laura said, you know what? You were too stupid for me to talk to, and hung up on her. I went, oh, yes, there's another way to say no, but we can say no, but we can do it with love and kindness. So if you see something that's a little crazy, just say, you know, honey, that's a no. We're not going to have a litter box in the school for you. You're not a cat. Okay. No, we're not doing that. No. And the mothers, and if you can't, parents, if you can't say no to the kids, how do you think the kids are going to be able to say no to someone else? Oh, that's a revelation. Enough of revelations. Let me pimp out my business here. Okay, pay the bills. Here we have hide and seek storage units. We are on Russell Road in Edinburgh and McAllen, and we are across from that fabulous downtown grove that I always talk about.
Future subdivision, that's going to be future homes.
Well, I know, but right now it's the downtown studio across. So, guys, I know these are future clients that are going to be across the road, but if you have ugly stuff that you need to hang out and not see anymore, please bring it to hide and seek.
Remind them about the Halloween decorations.
Oh, yes.
Christmas. We have space for it.
We have space for your Halloween decorations, your Christmas decorations, and your sleeking around at night decorations that you don't want anybody else to know about. You can hide them here at Hide and Seek.
Send your Amazon gifts here.
Yes, we'll put anything in there you want. So, ladies, gentlemen, kids of all ages, please subscribe, like, and share. We're going to be doing something else later, but I'll talk to you about that in the next one. But we just really want you to make comments so I can have something to talk about, because Lord knows I don't have anything to talk about. So you have a wonderful week, and here we go till another hump day. See you later.